Hi, I'm Not Yet Dead, and welcome back to Shamrock Valley. So, yeah, it's spring. Finally, the soil is warm. It's 6 degree air temperature, 7 degree soil temperature, and we're in late spring, which means, wrong button, that it's seeding day. For everything has to go in today except corn and soybeans if I do them. Yeah, it's going to be a busy day. But first, the sheep are producing wool like crazy. So the very nice people at the store are letting me borrow their forklift. Luckily it's got dual wheels at the front, so it should be able to cope with a little bit of grass. So we're going to go. I've already stacked some of them, but I've actually just bought a trailer as well. And they were very pleased with that because it means I've removed those fertilizer pallets that I had. There's still some granular fertilizer there, but on the basis that I'm going to get a seeder today, I think that's okay. Trying to think what I've done since last time. Clearly finished up down at the new field, whatever it was, 30 something, and got that all ploughed out, having put lime on it. So it's just a question now of figuring out what crops to put in. So I came up and stacked this. All the animals are completely sorted. Slight snag is, of course, they've already started producing another pallet. Never mind. I sold the JCB, which I'm kind of sad about, but to be honest, with the new Fendt, it was a bit superfluous, to be fair. I'm going to nudge that one, aren't I? I don't think that'll be a problem. Maybe it's best. I'm going to take one from the front. Maybe it's best if I try and take both of them from the back. There's just not a lot of room to the hedge. And ooh, that's a heck of a slope actually. I'm not going to take those from there. I've got no chance. Okay. Well, we don't need to put them all on the trailer today. It might be that those ones will wait now till that next one's full. But we'll at least try and get one of these out of the way. As soon as I've brought the forklift over, might as well. Let's see. If I'd have thought of that, I'd have bought the trailer before I stacked them. Actually, the forks are quite narrow, so I could be able to take them the other way. Right, so we'll start off by remembering the controls. We'll tip them back. Hey, Nicholas. Yeah, we could play together sometime. Not today, I'm afraid. This is a single player, not a multiplayer. And my Let's Play, I only ever play this one by myself. I have got... Whoa, steady. I have got a map that I sometimes play multiplayer, so yeah, you're more than welcome to join another time, absolutely. But yeah, no, sorry, this one I started as a single player. You don't speak English. Oh, that's fine. You seem to be doing pretty... Careful, careful. You seem to be doing pretty well to me. Where are you from, Nicholas? Ooh. I guess I never really thought about the concept of trying to do this on a very uneven field. I mean, it's fair to say my pallet stacking skills aren't the best as it is. Trying to do it on a very unlevel surface is not easy. Oh, there we go. Right, let's strap them pretty quick. Wow, that's pretty neat though. Hey, cool. Nice. I like that. That's good. Can I get this one? We could try it from the side, I guess. Oh, chili. Oh, cool. Wow, welcome. So are you new to Farming Simulator? Hey, CLGT Greg. Hello. And how are you? I'm going to call you Greg, if that's alright. It just rolls off the tongue a little bit easier than CLGT. So yeah, Nicholas, are you new to FS? Have you joined the crew because of last month's PlayStation Plus? Or this month's is pretty good. Both games I've had before but got rid of, so I'm quite pleased to have them back again for free. Oh, look at that. Nice. And how about you, Greg? Are you a seasoned pro, unlike me? Seasoned pro, less. Or are you new as well? Mind you, I say new as well. I don't know if Nicholas is new yet. Now the only snag we're doing it this way means that they're now the wrong way round. Now you know what, it doesn't really matter. Can I get them on this way? Or is the slope of the field going to muck me about? Actually no, it's not too bad. Ooh. It's not too bad here actually. I guess I could have put the trailer a little bit further forwards. Oh, not quite high enough. Right, so now if I tilt it, it's not quite going to fit nicely. But equally, it's not too crazy either. You know what, I can live with that. Quick, let's get it strapped before it changes its mind. Not perfect, but phew, it's also not coming off, which is the most important thing. Right. So time then, I will go and return the forklift to the store. And we can carry on with the day's jobs. I'm going to leave that tractor there for now. I should have brought the bucket down. I could have cleaned out the sheep. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Never mind, we'll do that later. How are the animals actually? I haven't checked this morning. I'll have to have a look, see how they are doing. Probably best I put that on. It's not yet dead. It is as it says in the channel. There's no secrets here. Right, let's park this back where I found it. So as I said, I did leave some granular fertilizer, but on the basis that we are about to get a seeder, which I think takes fertilizer as well, that doesn't really matter. We'll just use it up as we go along. Perfect. And you know what, while I'm here, I might as well sort out the seeder. Now have I got seed up at the yard? Yeah, but not a lot. Oh, so actually two things. Animals. Pigs are okay up at the pigsty. Sheep, yeah, a little bit mucky, but it's not too crazy. Cows, God, need straw again. But other than that, actually, they're also not that bad. Next time I'm up at the yard, they will give them a sweep out. And pigs down at Scatterbrook, cleanliness not awesome, but that's dealable. Food's getting a bit low again already. And how many we got now? 96. Good grief. I'm thinking about selling some of these in here. It's a little bit early, but on the other hand, I've no space for them to make new ones. So I might sell some of the females. Just to make a bit of space. The males, I'd rather they fattened up a bit. That's kind of what they're for. But I don't need so many breeding females. It gets a bit ridiculous. Okay. So that's that. And then the next thing was, when's wool? When's a good price for wool? Winter, right? I've just missed it. Ooh, no, today. Oh, that's interesting. Right, so before the end of the day, then it makes sense to sell some. Excellent. And we'll check in a minute whether that's actually reflected in the prices of the wool. Right, just give me a second, because what I'm going to do is check. So there's the crop rotation I've got set up. It needs a bit of work actually, but for right now. So if I look at somewhere, I've got, oh yeah, okay, so field 1 was oats, field 3 was canola, field 9 was barley. Barley I'm So that means I've got 2 fields of canola to do and a field of oats. Oh, that's pretty straightforward. So that's fine. I've decided what was corn. I'm going to put poplars in just for a change. What was sugar beet is going to be corn. So that'll be tomorrow. So what else did we have? There was sunflowers in 17. So I need to jig this a little bit actually. But for now we've got 3 fields that need sowing. So best get a seeder. There you go. And I've had my eye on this one for a wee while. I was going to use something else, and then I remembered that I was going to use this one. Let's see, 240 horsepower, fine. Could get front weight, I guess. 8-mate spread, so that'd be good. Could get a tank. What's the capacity? Ooh, 7,200 litres. Nah, that'll be fine. We could get a front tank to go with it. I mean, you know. I'm going to lease it because I'll only need it for a day or two. So lease that. Wow, 9,307. Right. Best get a tractor then. Remind me, power of my tractors. Pushing it. Fine, big tractor it is then. So I'm kind of expecting this will be my last year here on Shamrock. There's a few other maps in the pipe and a few other things I wanted to do, so this may be my last go at this map. While I'm here though, I'm just going to have a quick neb. I have a feeling I've got some seed. I've got some seed in various guises and some fertilizer. Okay. Not a lot of seed though, to be fair. Might just buy one of each down at the yard. I can always fill it up as I'm going along, but I do want to use up what I've got. So let's go get the seeder. We'll put the fertilizer that's in there and a pallet or 2 of seed, and depending on how much it looks like it takes. I saw it. Thank you, Nicholas. Right. So this will be fun. I do like this seed up. It's great. I haven't used it since I was on Ningham and testing it out. So, and I'm sat here again with a steering wheel in front of me using a controller. Just have it. Right. It's a good size actually for this map too. Not too big. Good capacity. See if we can fill it up. Let's get rid of the store. We're very happy that I'm going to use up this seed that we've got here. I have no doubt. There we go. Right, so let's see how much it takes and we'll make a call. In the meantime, I'll get at least 1 pallet of seed. So what types of pallets of seed? 2,100 for 1,890. Oops, sorry, wrong way. 900 for 1,000. Yeah, alright, about right. Buy one of them. Can't quite get to that other pallet yet. But we can fill up with the seeds and see how much we got. So it's taken all of 1 pallet of fertilizer, a little bit of space. It probably isn't going to quite use up what's there. There we go. That's fine, we'll be passing. You know what? Given that that's full, I'm going to fill up with seed as well. And then, oh, so I need to decide what planter I want to use tomorrow. Ooh, cool. Exciting. I reckon it'll make 10 degrees by tomorrow. I reckon we'll be fine. May as well fill this up. I'll pop back to the yard when we've done 1 field and fill up with what's there. I don't think there's actually much in either of them, so may as well use it. There we go. Right, let's go. So we'll start with field 1. And gradually work our way along. Nice spring's coming again, bit of sunshine, slightly brighter, lots of lovely green, great stuff. So I'll do some of this. I might get a worker on it as well, because what we could also be doing is going and putting some herbicide down on the grass fields. As you can see, we've had. Why does my grass field not look like it's got grass in it? That's a bit weird. Anyway, as you can see, I've spread some manure, some slurry rather, on here. A lot of these fields have had a layer of slurry, which is actually really good. So by the time we've done this, they'll have a second layer of fertilization, and they'll only need one more spray. 3 didn't, we ran out. 15, 17, 38 have all had, and 32, and 9 didn't, so they'll need extra. Right, so what did we say we were doing? Let's just check the old list. So field 1 was oats. This is field 1, so if I remember rightly, that means we need canola in here. Flip across, there we go. Turn it on, lower it down. And let's see how we get on. I have no idea how much seed we're going to use, but between the seeding of what, 4, 5 fields that I need to do by the end of the day today, and a couple of fields with planting tomorrow, I think we'll probably be alright to use this up. And so as you get close to it, that grass texture's popping in. It's funny, I'd never noticed that before. I was sure that always showed as a grass field. Anyway, never mind. It still is grass, no need to panic. I don't need to reseed it, that would be annoying. Wowzers. And even with the great big tractor, it struggles to get up here. Good grief. Come on. It's a good width, so hopefully one pass round will be enough. Swing it round, make sure we don't miss any. There we go. Nice. Get rid of the weeds that we've got now, but I think I might need to come and proactively spray these with herbicide, or at least the first signs of weeds, or spray the whole field, and that should do us for the rest of the season, I think. I didn't do it like that last year. I used the hand weeder and it was a bit tricky, has to be said, trying to catch the weeds at the right time, and then you've still got to come back the next day because of course you've only weeded the patch that had weeds in it. Whereas actually spraying with herbicide means you're being proactive. I could get a weeder, but again, then you need to do it every day. So that should do. We'll see if we need to do another pass, but I'll try and avoid it. It's a very manoeuvrable seeder, this. I actually really like it. And I say it's ideal for these fields. Not too big, but not too small either. So I'll do a bit of this, then we might go and do a little bit of something else, leave a worker to it for a little while, and we'll see how we get on. Turn it off for a minute just so that we don't suffer from power loss trying to turn around up the slope. Might just clip the hedge, but I think we'll be alright. Lovely. Trying to do is squaring this off, I suppose, actually, couldn't we, as well. Nope, wrong way. Don't find it easy with the wheel trying to get a good line again, but we'll be alright. Right, switch it back on, drop it back down, check the other side. I need to try and straighten this up actually if I'm going to have a worker, don't I? There, we can always come and tidy up later. It's fine. And actually looks like we're on a good line, so we'll stick with it. And then I'll fill that gap in. That looks okay. So yeah, so it might be last year on Shamrock. I don't know, we'll have to see how we do. There's a couple of new maps coming out, but I want to try it equally. I've got something else that I'm wanting to do that I might fill in with rather than trying to run 3 maps at once. No Man's Land will continue, I feel, for a very long time. I have big plans for that map. Lots of things, lots of ideas that I want to do. I'm still umming and ahhing about whether I want to start from scratch on the Valley of the Old Farm. Partly because it's not something I've done before, and partly because I want to try the map out and try something different. But it's going to be that'll be a very long road indeed. There we go. That's that little strip filled in. Yeah, messed it up. That wasn't the way I wanted to go. That'll do it. Can't believe it's late spring already. Where does the time go? No, want to go that way. Go that way. There are certain things it's much better to get a worker to do. Dear. And seeding on very strange shaped fields is definitely one of them. And I love this map, I really do. But all of the fields are really weird shapes. That's okay. Right. But I think we'll leave a worker to finish this off. What we'll do is we'll go grab the sprayer, and we'll go and do a bit of fertilizing and weed killing, actually, I think. At least on our 2 grass fields. And I'm umming and ahhing about buying another one, actually. Another grass field, just so we can get some silage off it, is my thinking. And I mean, when I say silage, I mean silage to sell, right? Silage bales. I thought I'd do a few extra this year. There we go. Right, that's not too bad. Okay. Oh, and I really need to get used to using this. Ooh, doesn't say. How do I know? Well, we could just use that, couldn't we? And then we're done. Oh, I've not done that very neatly, have I? Is he going to miss a bit? Yes, he is. But then he may miss a bit at the end here or there, and I'll probably have to come and do a bit of tidying up. Anyway, so that's okay. Right. So to jump. Actually, oh, you know what? While we're here, it's not exactly like I'm doing this desperately realistically. Have I got a bucket for this thing yet? You'll notice it's kind of weird. This only had 1 set of wheels, and it now magically has 2. I'm not sure how that happened. I just came onto the game one day and I came down to here and I was like, hang on, that's got 2 sets of wheels and it only had 1 before. I don't really know how that happened. And the problem is that I haven't got a workshop down here, so the only way to fix it would be drive it all the way up to the store, and frankly, I can't bother. It just doesn't seem worth the hassle. So we're here, so let's at least clean up the pigs. I'm not going to feed them because that's a bit pappy, but at least if we clean them up, that would be good, and I'll come feed them at the end of the day. They'll be alright till then. Anyway, but we may as well get this done. I can leave the tractor out, no need to put it back in the shed during the day, doesn't worry me overly. Yes, I was using a broom down here, but it got temperamental. I think rumour has it's because I also used it to sweep up snow, and then it got confused. So I can no longer sweep up. So I've now got a bucket, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. No, same with the sheep. I had a broom at each of the animal feed areas, and those 2 that were outside. So it does seem like it's a. Actually, I could use this to park the tractor in because I'm not making manure anymore. So yeah, it does seem like it's a. It does seem like it's an issue with seasons and snow, because it only happened at the 2 outdoor ones. The 1 indoor one was fine. There we go. That's what we want. So while we're here, ooh, we need to do some manure shifting at some point. There'll be a fun little job at one point. That can go down to the biogas plant. Or I suppose if I get enough, I could actually get a manure spreader. I haven't. There's a couple I quite want to try that I haven't used yet, so I could even do that. There we go, just missed a patch there. That's what happens with the broom. Did that the other day. It landed on top of the roof of the building. Right, that's that done. So yeah, they are a bit low on straw, so definitely need to do some straw at some point. And I'm just thinking, I'm not sure I can get that out. Oh no. Will it let me in the shed? Ooh, just, yeah. Excellent. Could probably do with the front tank really, couldn't we? Because I don't have one. And it doesn't hold much. So what's currently in? Fertilizer. I was going to do herbicide first. What sort of state are our fields in? So I guess then there's no real reason why I can't do the grass fields next level of fertilisation and then go around with the herbicide and do them with the herbicide. Should we get that far, makes sense to do one or the other, and given it's already got fertiliser in it, we may as well start with the fertiliser. Ooh, that was strange. What happened then? Sorry, wrong button. Oh, you going that way as well? Oh, shame. Oh, fine. Oh, move over a bit. Count the weight. Hello. Right, hazard's on. Hey, stop. Plus, if I do this field first time, keep an eye on the worker, because you know we don't trust them. Oh, quick, before that car comes. Nip out the way. Just to get out the way of the gate, we'll stop. Close it, and we'll go this way. It's funny, I always turn left when I come in through this field, I'm not sure why. Yeah, left, and I'm going to turn right. Just because. Exciting, isn't it? Now, am I far enough away from the hedge, is the question. And the answer is no. Right. Ooh. Yep. Of course, this is going to be quite tricky because there's already quite a bit of grass in the field and I can't see which bits I've done and which bits I haven't, but there you go, it's fine. By the time I've been round, that worker might have finished that field and it'll be time to go and move into another field, because there's one thing for sure, I need to keep that seeder busy. So we'll go round, we'll do what we can, and then probably put a worker on this. Let's just check it's working. It is working, right? Behind the soap. So let's go back. No, outside. Follow the cable. Sorry. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. Now, why would that be? Surely not, because it's... Does that count as fully grown? Surely it's not fully grown already at the end of spring. That would be really weird. Let's just check. If it is, then the next thing to do will be to mow it. Oh, it is as well. Look at that. That's why. Wow, that's rubbish. Okay. So we'll have to cut it before we can fertilise it. Crikey, I should have been able to quicker off the mark. Clearly. Well, I don't need hay and I don't need grass, so I've got tons of hay bales left from last year already. Yeah. Great silage. Now, do I have a mower set up? I actually don't remember if I do. Which would be a bit annoying, because actually if I don't, I kind of want a different one, but I haven't got it installed. But never mind. That could be an afternoon job. Problem is there's very little else I can do with this at the moment. I suppose I could go and pre-spray. Ooh, I could. Actually, yeah, that was a bit dumb, wasn't it? I could go and pre-spray field 3. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to check, do I have a mowing set up? Right, have I got mowers? I don't remember. Oh yes, I do. I think I do. I've got a front mower and a side mower. When they're mine, I owned them. So I could sell those. And then in the afternoon, next stream, I could lease a different type. some new ones just come out. I just fancy giving them a go. But what I could do is get a front tank, and I think that would make sense. I'm just going to lease it. There's no point in buying it. I'm only going to use it a few times. Not to mention that it's not going to have that many hours of use either, which is the front. It's a bit funny, this store point, the way it puts things round. They're always facing that way, which is a little bit annoying. Cool. So what we'll do, actually, the seed is finished. Oh no, the seed is finished. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Actually, the seed is finished. So we'll jump back to the big massey. In fact, I can do this a different way. Let's take the grass off again. I can't believe that's grown already. That's nuts. Good. Sorry, thinking. Right, tractor's on. I want that tractor. How has he done, or has he missed bits? Ooh, actually. Actually, that does look pretty good. Huh, alright, fair enough. Oh yeah, that would help, wouldn't it? Put the engine on. Tractors go better when the engine's running. So we'll do this. I think there might be a patch that we've missed somewhere, but you know what, it'll be tiny, so I think I can live with it. Oh, there are some patches he's missed. Look, I thought there might have been. The question will be if I can do it without completely messing it up. Right, I think that'll do. So one field done, 10:30. That's not too bad. So what we'll do is we'll go and do, we'll carry on over. So we'll go do field 3 next. That was a bit unorthodox, but never mind. Leave the gate open. I don't really mind. No one ever comes up here anyway. Right, so let's have them on and do that. Oh no, not that. Sorry, no. And do that. So go do field 3, then we'll come back and we'll grab the Fendt and we'll go and spray field 9. Hello. Alright, calm down. Pardon me for turning. Jeez. Yeah, because field 3 and field 9 are the only two fields that haven't had a slurry spray so far. So yeah, we'll get those done next level. We'll pre-spray with fertilizer before we seed. Because obviously once you've seeded, you've got to wait for them to grow before you can do anything else with them. So especially because we're fertilising and seeding, and then we might at first growth stage be able to do slurry or manure, maybe. Right, here we go. Okay, so come out so I can see what I'm doing. Turn that off. So may as well come up to the edge actually. Yes, as you can see, I've manured this a little bit. It was the only because I needed to empty the tank of either digestate or manure or slurry. I can't remember which. So this bit's been part done. Oh, hang on. Wasn't thinking. So what? So if this is field 3, field 3 had canola. I think that means this needs something else. Because obviously I'm not going to put canola in it. So it needs oats, and I'll go with oats actually. I'll go with oats, they're worth more than wheat or barley, so just do that. Barley, oats. I'll back up a little bit just in case it did sow a tiny little patch. Yeah, it did. Luckily this is a direct sow, so it'll take that out and re-sow it. So again, we'll get this guy started on here, just do a little bit ourselves. At least go around, I might go around this one a couple of times actually. And then we'll get a worker going across and we'll go grab the Fendt and we'll do a bit of spraying too. Field line won't take long, it's a relatively small field. Again, just let it edge into the corner a little bit. But yeah, workers tend to make a bit of a faff of this field, so I think a couple of goes round headlands is probably worth doing. Technically, of course, I should do that at the end, not at the beginning, but there you go. Little bit of a slope out, give it a bit of welly, some beans, otherwise known as gas. Yeah, I'm on. There's some crop off. It's a good sized field, this one actually. It's probably one of the biggest on the map. I haven't really looked. I'm not going to look right now either. One's going to be a snag for the worker, isn't it? There'll be patches to do, I'm sure. It's fine. Just trying to make sure that we limit how many turning difficulties he has. Has a habit sometimes of getting stuck in the hedge and all sorts of things on this field. So let's try and keep him away from the hedge, I think. Again, put the pedal to the metal. Let's go. going to a slightly shorter stream than usual. I usually do a couple of hours and do a whole day in one go, but I'm just going to sort of do up until about lunchtime-ish. Today I might do a stream of something else a bit later on. Some trains or some snow runner or something. That funny pattern, isn't that weird? It's just taking it at a slightly funny angle. Now let's get this reasonably straight. I think this looks okay actually. That's not a bad line. I'm just actually going to do this bit myself just to get this corner sorted out. Though I may regret it, given you've seen my skills at turning a seeder around. That would have helped if I'd have lifted it up. That would have made it a bit easier. That's not too bad. Tell you what, it's doing us grand, this seeder. Crikey, look at this. See if I make it round in one. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Preferably without missing anything. There we go. And hire the worker. Ugly nigger, okay. Hey ugly, thank you. Ah, how you doing? Welcome. Right, so let's knit back to... No. Let's knit, no, no, yes, no, yes. Whew, tough. Right, let's come this way. And we'll quickly go fill the front tank up actually, because we've got those two pallets sitting on the back of the trailer. I left the gate open. No one told me. I forgot the gate. It's a miracle the sheep haven't escaped. Well, as they haven't escaped, I'm not going to stop and empty it and close it now. That seems a bit late, really. They're very good sheep, really well behaved. It's all fine. Hey, Zeke. How you going? Yeah, not too bad, thank you. How are you? Just doing a little seeding and spraying on Shamrock. Why is that not? Oh, of course we used some in the back as well, didn't we? Okay. Well, there's no point in going off half-cocked, as they say. May as well fill up. There we go. This time I'll remember to close the gate. So how have you been, Zeke? It's been a bit quiet on the channel this week. I've had a mad week at work, just horrendous. So I took it a bit easier. Even went to bed early last night instead of doing what has now become my traditional Thursday night stream. But yeah. So just doing a little bit this morning. I was just saying actually I might do some trains or some snow run or something a little bit later on in the day, just for an hour. Mowing grass, nice. I was just thinking about mowing grass. I've just been to try and spray that field and I hadn't realised that the grass was already grown. So I was umming and ahhing about mowing it, but I think I'm going to focus on spraying my I'm going to go focus on doing a pre-spray of my other field first. Of course I've already, that's a bit annoying because I should have done that one first before I seeded it. Never mind, not thinking straight. But yeah, so I might do some mowing in the afternoon, which will be on the next stream, because I quite fancy using the new mowers, and I'll sell mine and I'll just lease some mowers. I was going to use them on no man's land, but actually I think they'd fit better on here, so I'll give that a go. Oh yeah, definitely. Mind you, I didn't sleep that well last night, so I'm still really knackered, but I woke up at, well, I don't know, 6:30 this morning. But I did get to bed about 11, which is pretty good for me, so yeah, I didn't sleep too well. Wife's got plans to take the kids to the beach in the morning, because the beaches are now open, so we're going to go early before it gets too busy. Whoa, there's a ship in the docks. You can hear it. Oh, it's another one of those awkward gates, so we'll have to nip back in, bring the tractor through, and then close it, just to get it out of the way. Right. Yeah, it should be alright. Kind of get used to it. And I'm thinking about doing a stream tonight actually. I'm not sure whether it'd be any good for you because it depends on your time of day, of course. I'm thinking about doing The Last of Us on here. Not the new one because it's not out yet, but I will be getting the new one, and I thought, you know what, I've still got the old one, so I might actually just have a couple of streams of it just to get myself back into it, and a bit of anticipation, you know. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely will be that, because even at, you know, 7 in the morning it's like, what, mid-30s. Oh. And it's really humid actually. It should be alright at the coast, of course, but today, so I stuck my nose out at 6:30 this morning. It was really humid, really humid. Caught tree or something. Who caught you there? Me trying. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, and of course it's still only Friday for you. Salutations, fellow human. Hello, Shadow Clan. Welcome. How are you? You are, of course, making quite a sweeping judgment there, but, you know, I'll go with it. It's like bits of this have already got a level of fertilization. Nice. What's those dark patches? There's some clouds. That's some cloud hanging over the sea. That's just a bit weird. Is it cloud? Ah, no, it's reflections of the cloud in the sky. Okay, fair enough. Just didn't really notice that before. It'll go a long way, this liquid fertilizer, that's for sure. I knew this wouldn't take too long. This is good. Now, is that worker still on that field? He is, isn't he? Yes, he is. Okay. Good. As it should be. And yeah, stupidly enough, because I've now seeded it, I've missed my chance to get it an extra spray. So it'll have to wait until it started to grow before I can spray that one again. So that'll need 2 sprays during its growth cycle. Ooh, interesting. We'll see how we get on. I forgot last year because I'd forgot. It's my first year of seasons, and I'd forgotten. Definitely not a lizard person. Yeah, I forgot my first year of doing seasons last year, and forgot that seasons needed 3 levels of fertilisation, not 2. So I'm not sure that any of the fields were fully fertilised. So I tried to get a step ahead this year. So most of them will have had at least 1 before they're seeded, and of course the seed is putting down another layer, so they'll only need another spray of digestate, manure, whatever we feel like. Probably would by digestate. I'm not sure I've got enough manure to warrant leasing a manure spreader, a muck spreader. So I might just sell the manure down at the biogas plant and get the digestate from them instead, and stick with our spreader. I think I've still got the tanker truck somewhere. Pretty sure I kept it. Trying to think desperately where I put it. Fairly certain I've still got it. Oh yes, no, I did keep it. I know where it is. Yeah. Actually, suspiciously near the cow slurry tank, which of course is a bit silly because the cows aren't making slurry. Oh, can we do this in one pass? Yeah, look at that. Maybe. Oh, fail on both counts. We'll just go around a nice circle so we can catch this bit too. Done. Imagine time in game is the same as time in real life. Can you expand on that? I mean, yes, I'm doing ×5. Or is that what you mean? Imagine you could speed up time. Or imagine that I was actually driving a tractor spraying fertilizer on a field, because that actually would be pretty cool. Or imagine that I made the same amount of money playing in real life as I did in Farming Simulator. This would also be pretty cool, and I think most farmers would also agree. Right, so I nip back. Unfortunately, of course, there's not a lot else I can do with this at this point in time. And I'm now thinking rather desperately, and I'm pretty sure there's nothing else I can do with this at this point in time. Oh well. Oh, traffic. Oh, now we're stuck behind a car. Good grief. Like the time sinks and has seasons. So like, as in, hang on, what's going on here? What's going on here? Ooh, weirdness. Why have you stopped? We'll just, you know, pull around you. That was a bit weird. What are you beeping at me for? I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. Whoa. Whoa. What am I stuck on? What's going on? Oh, I know what. That's the sign. I've got stuck on the sign. Of course, what would be quite cool is if you could just speed through the summer and get to the winter, especially when you live where I live. I have to admit, 3 or 6 day winter would be nice. Yeah, I think a 3-day summer would be quite nice for us at the moment. Right, we'll take this back to the yard for the moment. Let me just check on stocks actually to make sure that I'm thinking correct. Yeah, so we've got a stack of silage bales, we've got a whole of loose silage around the back, we've got a trailer sitting in a field. Why have I left that there? Anyway, I left the gate open again. We've got a whole bunch of silage. I can't, yeah I can. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, fine, we'll go this way. Yeah, we've got a whole load of loose silage still down here. So we are not short of silage for the cows, for the TMR. Squeeze! Nope, I can't get through that gap. And we've still got all of last year's hay and straw bales sitting in here. So I don't think we're going to need any bales of anything, which pretty much means we can sell what we like. Yeah, definitely don't need hay, definitely don't need straw. Okay, good. So actually when I mow the grass I can just make silage bales and sell them. Bonus. And is that truck up there? Like I said, yeah it is. Okay, good. And actually I've still got more straw bales in there. Yeah, we're definitely not short of straw. Can't wait to find until you can do other things. Yeah, I actually ended up having a really short, what you'd call winter, right? So I only had, I mean I'm on 3-day season, so I only had like a day of snow. And I didn't do any forestry. I don't know, I'm walking around. How's this worker doing on field 3? Oh, he's finished. Check that out. Just finished. How's that for timing? Yeah, so I basically spent a day clearing snow, moving animals from one pen to another, and that was my 1 day of snow. And beyond that I was ploughing, spreading slurry, other winter tasks, you know. Is that it? Has he missed anywhere? Let's just go have a quick scout around the field. Yeah, because I'm not a big fan of. Oh no, he's missed a patch here. Look, I'm not a big fan of doing forestry anyway, and I certainly don't like doing it in a realistic, sort of realistic-ish play like this map. So I'd sort of agree. We kind of need more things to do during the winter. But to be honest, I mean, it depends what you've got. If you've got loads of animals, that can almost be enough. Plus, winter's usually a good time to sell crops, which I also didn't do. There's a tiny little patch there. How odd. Anything else he's decided just not to bother with? Oh, wrong button. Sorry. Get it right in the end. Ah, here we go. And there's a whole patch over here he's not done either. Do I want to change? How do you mean, do I want to change? There we go. That's that done. Off and fold away. Thank you very much. We are finished. Right, to field 9. And it's nearly coming up to lunchtime. Mind you, it's late spring, so the day will be a bit longer. So we'll get field 9 sown. Sown? Sowed? Sown. Sorted. We'll sort field 9. Hold on to challenge. Okay. Go on then. What you suggesting? Depends what it is. Not really. I don't really do challenges. That's why I play Farming Simulator. You can make it as challenging or as less challenging as you wish. If I wanted a challenge, I'd be doing Dirt Rally 2. Isn't that right, Zeke? Break. Jump out. Open the gate. Roll it through the gate. Actually, we're going to go this way for a change. I see. Yeah, I could do that. Actually, I'll tell you what is a challenge. I've just started doing. I've just started the Valley of the Old Farm with start from scratch, which I have to say isn't quite as start from scratch as I thought, because you still start with. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Before we get too excited. You'll start from scratch. You still start from scratch with about 500 grand. Barley was in here, which means this field needs to be canola. Oh, missed it. And I thought, well, that's fine, because actually I need something like 589 grand to buy the farm and one field, I think it comes with. And I thought, well, that's fine. I don't want to do forestry. I'm going to do it just by doing contracts. But I'm playing it with seasons, and all I've got is ploughing. And I think I did one field, took me about an hour, and I got paid about 3,000 for it. And I was like, oh my goodness me, this is going to take so long. So I may have to resort to doing some forestry. But I like the idea, though. I think that's quite cool. At least by doing it that way, you've got the you know, you've got all the kit, and you've got all the variety of jobs to do and stuff. But yeah, I might regret starting a start from scratch with seasons on, I feel. Now I'm curious, I assume, actually we are still using fertilizer, aren't we? So let's have a look. Planned outfield 9, planted. Yeah, so maybe not. So because I've just sprayed it, we're now not fertilising the field. That was a bit of a waste of time, wasn't it? Oh well. Because it's a field state change, it might be a seasons thing. Because it's a field state change, usually it would work. And it is using fertiliser. Excellent. So it must be a seasons thing, because there's clearly no sync between the game and what's going on. So I'm using fertiliser, but it's not actually fertilising the field. Oh well, there you go. Yeah, exactly. I think harvesting and fertilising are the best jobs to do contracts wise. Ploughing, not a good job to do contract wise, because oh my goodness me, it takes so long. And that's all I've got at the moment. That's the only option is ploughing. It's all the contracts available, and the 3,000 was the biggest one. So I may need to resort to spending a bit of money on an odd field somewhere with a bit of forestry attached, and start doing a bit of my own thing. Yeah, you're right. But yes, you're right. I think I've once done a baling contract. But you're right. It is a lot of work. But yeah, I mean, if I get to summer and I'm still sons, fields, and farm, then baling contracts would definitely be the way to go, because you say it's something else to do. Start with, I'm clearly only going to do it as a time lapse to the extent that I put it out, just because otherwise it'll be the dullest thing ever. Yeah, that's quite a cool idea. You could do that. Well, you don't even need to raise it. You could just plant in it. I've done that before. I did that on 17. Just planted trees in a field, picked a field and planted trees in it. It's one of the great things about this game. There's so many different ways you can play it. Yeah, the snag I have with forestry is a distinct dislike to trying to get trees onto a, get logs onto a trailer. So I might go with a static shredder, wood chipper. I know what I mean. Yeah, because the weird thing as well about starting off with forestry is, you're right, it's usually cheaper to buy a field and plant your own trees, because actually forestry is actually really expensive. The strange thing about what I noticed on the Valley of the Old Farm is there's one area of forestry that's really, really cheap, and another area that's probably smaller. It's really expensive, and I don't really get why. But hey. Right, now I must stop going around and round in circles and figure out a good way to tackle this field. Oh, I didn't want to fold it up, sorry. I only wanted to raise it, press the wrong button. Yet another slightly funny shaped field. But I've given us plenty of turn-in circles, so I'm kind of hoping that will help. But the snag with this field is the rather extreme slope. But it's a-okay. Come on, come on. Oop, 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 bit weavy. Well, that's alright, isn't it? 3 fields, nearly done. Actually, I was going to check the price of wool, wasn't I? How about we get a work on this then, and we can have a do a bit of nebbing. It's 1:45, so I'm kind of thinking I'm going to stop. I want to leave enough left to do another hour odd somewhere, maybe during the week, to finish the day. As I said earlier, I might do some trains or a bit of snow run or something this afternoon, depending on how the day goes. So let's get the old worker on it. Right. Yes, that's not fertilising. That's very disappointing, but now we know. 3's good. Yep, fine. So this afternoon will be, later on, I'll be finishing field 9, looking at what other fields need seeding and trying to get those all done in one day. With the exception of the soybeans. I can always do those with the planter, because I'll do corn with the planter tomorrow on the assumption that the soil temperature is high enough. Yeah, prices. So, in theory, now's a good time for wool. Oh, okay, yep. I can say I don't know where to sell it. Yeah, price is great for wool. And dropping. So, shan't be selling any wool today then. Okay. Price of milk's quite good though. Malone's Farm Shop, 2045. That's not bad actually. What else we got that we could sell? Because I'm terrible at remembering to go sell stuff and keeping on prices. Yeah, price of wheat's a bit shoddy. Price of barley is actually going up at Malone's, so that's worth keeping a track of. Price of canola is going up at Gypsy Hill Stores, which is the one just down the road, so that's worth a look as well. So yeah, that's a few things to keep an eye on. Actually, the price of sunflowers is pretty decent at Harbour Shipping Dock. Price of soybeans is also pretty decent at Harbour Shipping Dock, ever so slightly higher at Malone's. Yeah, so we need to think about selling some stuff. But yeah, so as I said, yeah, and I'll also be doing some mowing and silaging next time, I think, as well as going around and trying to keep on top of the spraying as the fields start to come in. But yeah, I'm going to stop there. I don't want to make this too long, yeah, so I'll maybe do a little bit something later on, and I might be doing, if I decide to, I might do a little bit of The Last of Us original game this evening, just to warm up for a couple of weeks time when the new one comes out. So yeah, I might be streaming that later on if I've got the energy. but yeah, otherwise I will likely be on No Man's Land around this time tomorrow. So if you're around, it'd be good to see you there. And otherwise, thanks very much for watching. And if you're new, likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. If you're old, thank you very much. And old to the channel, not old. And it was good to see you all. Cheers, Zeke and Shadow Clan as well. Thank you for joining. Good to chat to you guys. And if you're still there, Nicholas, good to chat to you too. And yeah, maybe we'll do some multiplayer sometime. I might start doing more multiplayer streams, so keep an eye out. And thanks, guys, and I'll catch you all later. Bye for now.